Failure isn't fun. Nobody looks forward to falling flat on their face or getting rejected. Yet, as uncomfortable as it is, failure is an unavoidable and essential part of success. It's funny, isn't it? The very thing we fear most is what often ends up pushing us forward. How many times have you hesitated to start something new because you were afraid it might not work out? Maybe it's a project you've been dreaming about, a career move, or even a personal goal. That little voice in your head starts listing all the things that could go wrong, and suddenly you're stuck. But here's the truth: you can't succeed without risking failure. In fact, success and failure aren't opposites, they are two sides of the same coin. Failure has such a bad reputation. We're conditioned to avoid it, to be embarrassed by it, to see it as something negative. But what if it's not? What if failure is actually a gift in disguise? Just think about it. Every person you look up to, every trailblazer, innovator, or creator has a story full of failures. Michael Jordan, for example, missed over 800 shots in his career and lost 300 games, nearly 300 games. Yet he is considered the greatest basketball player of all time, the GOAT, because he did not let failure define him, he let it shape him. So failure doesn't mean you're not capable, it means you are trying. The only people who never fail are the ones who never step outside their comfort zones. Now, playing it safe might protect you from falling, but it also guarantees you'll never fly. And the thing about failure is that it gives you a choice. You can let it stop you, or you can use it to fuel your next attempt. And that choice isn't easy. Getting back up after a setback takes courage and determination, but that's where the real growth happens. Every time you rise after falling, you become stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Think about a time when you didn't get what you wanted. Maybe it was a job, an opportunity, or even just something small that mattered to you. In that moment, it probably felt like the end of the world. But looking back, wasn't it also a turning point? You see, those moments of failure, as painful as they are, force us to adapt, to reevaluate, and to find new ways forward. That's why failure is so important. It teaches us things that success never can. Because winning feels great, but it doesn't make us stop and analyze. But when we fail, we're forced to stop and figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. Right? Every failure sharpens our skills, strengthens our resolve, and brings us closer to our goals. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history, has said that he won't invest in someone who hasn't failed at least twice before because those failures show they have learned what not to do. So the lessons we learn from failure are invaluable. They teach us to be patient, to be resourceful, and to persevere when things don't go as planned. It's a kind of wisdom you can't get any other way. Of course, none of this makes failure feel any better in the moment. It's messy, uncomfortable, and sometimes downright humiliating. But the people who succeed are the ones who are willing to push through those moments. It's easy to quit when the going gets tough, and it's tempting to walk away when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. But pushing through, showing up even when it's hard, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Now, it's not glamorous. There will be times when you feel tired, discouraged, and completely alone. But that's where the magic happens. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you're willing to embrace the hard, messy, uncomfortable work of failing and trying again. And failure also prepares us for life in ways we don't always realize. Life is unpredictable. You're going to face losses, disappointments, and challenges that you can't avoid. And learning to deal with failure teaches you how to cope with such moments. It gives you the resilience to keep going when things don't go as planned. And if you're waiting for the perfect moment to start something new, when everything feels safe and guaranteed, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't work that way. The world is messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, but failure teaches you how to roll with the punches, to adapt, and to keep moving forward no matter what. And the irony is that the more you fail, the stronger you become. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get better. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure, they're the ones who embrace it. They see every stumble as a step forward, every rejection as a lesson, and every mistake as a chance to improve. So, what are you waiting for? Stop holding yourself back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Take the risk. Write the song, start the project, chase the dream. Will you fail? Probably. But every failure is a step closer to success. At the end of the day, failure isn't something to avoid. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're growing, and that you're on your way to something great. So the next time you're faced with the possibility of failure, don't run from it. Lean into it. Take the leap. Even if you fall, you'll get back up stronger than before. The path to greatness isn't easy, and it's rarely comfortable, but it is worth it. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of everything you're capable of achieving. So keep moving forward and let every fall bring you closer to the person you're meant to be.